Okay, here's the setup. Got 3 doe cages with the drop nest cage there, and 2 buck cages. They've got a little part of a tube they play with, chew on, hang out in. Each adult has at least 2 bottles of water. These are half of a 3-pack dollar baskets from the dollar store. Cut them in half and fill them with Timothy hay. The rabbits always get hay as much as they want. Buckets below gonna catch the excess. I just fed them a little while ago. They eat at about 8:45 in the evening, and the 2 bucks, that's the only time they eat, and they get about half an ounce per pound they weigh. This one, Black New Zealand Michonne, she just had kits the other day. They're in there, they're on the other video. Got 2 black, 2 gray, and 2 white, and 2 other black ones died. I think she may have freaked out and disposed of them during the storm. And the new moms, while they're at day 25 and while they're nursing, always have food at their disposal. This is Maggie. This is kind of my long grow out cage. It's about 2 by almost 8. Just got Maggie, New Zealand broken, and her 7 kits from February. They're about 6 weeks now, and we are the weekend before Easter, so they're about 6 weeks old. They have extra water, obviously. 2 food things there and there that they can always chew on to keep their hay filled up. And we've got, let's see if we can get their picture. Black, one of the white ones. Another white one, couple broken. That looks like Rosita. Looks like she's got a mustache. And I just keep everything latched with springs. Like 2 for $3 at the hardware store there. And then on each side I've got extra isolation cage if I need to. This is just its own separate cage there. I keep these panels can open for when it's warmer, give them more ventilation. And I've got the drop panels under the cages. Going these inside go to buckets that collect the feces and then the urine, and the buckets in here have holes in the bottom so the urine drains out, and I wash it with water now and then. I collect the poop for fertilizer, and then from those runs to here. Out. And rolls down. This little kiddie pool here. And some of the straw, but mostly the poop comes out. I've got a little piece of mesh in there with some holes drilled at the bottom so it can drain, and the poop tends to stay dry. And these panels here can open up for ventilation. And so that's my fertilizer collection system. And I just shovel that out into the wheelbarrow and take it to my compost pile. And that is the Rabbitry. And I've got all this covered. It's under, so it's protected from the weather there. And so these kits are just a couple days old. These are about 6 weeks old. We're going to move the mom back into one of these, and then a couple of the females that we may keep. We'll keep them for a while to see how old or how healthy they're going to be, possibly for breeding in the other of those 2 cages. When these kits, usually around 2 weeks to 16 days, start coming out of the nest box, when they start doing that, we're going to move the mom and all of the kits into here. And obviously before all of that's done, all of those will be all cleaned out. As far as the drop down nest boxes, basically we've got cage. They like hanging out down in there when they don't have kits. And when they are about to, at a day 28, I put one of these, which is the same size. Got them at the dollar store. Drilled some holes in them for drainage. And so when it's cold out, they get one of these in there, like that, on day 28. And it'll have some hay, maybe some nesting insulation from the Tractor Supply or wherever, some of the recycled paper, even shredded newspaper. They like that. That works really well. It gets messy dropping out of the bottom, but it works really well. It's a great insulator. So there's that. And then when it's warmer, they have just the lid from that will be in there just to give them more breathability and keep them from falling through. The holes are small enough. It's just a 1 inch in there, so they wouldn't fall through unless they're super tiny newborns. And then again, when they about 2 weeks old, 16 days or so, start getting big enough to crawl out of the nest box, then that's when we move them to the other enclosure right there. So when they're pregnant, about day 28, put in the nest box. Some of them will start making their nest that day. Maggie here tends to make her nest on day 30, and then day 30, 31, just before she gives birth, or kindles as we call it. Just before that, she'll start pulling fur and fill it up with fur and have her babies right on time. So we've got the Walking Dead Rabbitry here. We've got Michonne, and her babies are from Daryl, California. Then we have Glenn here, who is the father of Maggie's children. And I guess the only one in there that has a Walking Dead name is Rosita. And the rest of them are tentatively named Sausage. So, that's it. Have fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was useful.